You're watching Pulse for the 12th or 13th of December, and it's time for some Diablo news. In this week's episode, we take a look at Blizzard's freshly announced BattleNet balance, Diablo 3's full opening cinematic, the latest patch news, Artisans on the official site, and more. Let's get started. The guys and girls from over at Blizzard have announced that soon they'll be introducing a new feature called BattleNet Balance. This will give players an alternate way to purchase Blizzard products and services directly through their BattleNet accounts. Now this will work similar to many things we're quite accustomed to right now. Players will be able to charge up their BattleNet balance using a variety of payment methods, and then they can use that BattleNet balance to buy Blizzard Entertainment products such as World of Warcraft game time, paid services, digital versions of games, in-game pets and mounts, and much more. Apparently they're going to be rolling the BattleNet balance feature out in the weeks ahead, and it seems like it might well come before Diablo 3. In the meantime though, you can have a look at a BattleNet balance FAQ, and that'll pretty much tell you everything you want to know about this new feature. One thing I think is worth mention from the FAQ is that you can't convert your BattleNet balance into cash. Once funds or Diablo 3 auction house earnings have been added to your BattleNet balance, they're stuck there, and you can only use them on Blizzard products. Now that's not really a bad thing, because as we have discussed in a couple of episodes before, you can still cash out of the auction house and get real money for it if you so desire. So you can have a look at that post and FAQ, I've linked both of them below, and let me know what you think about Blizzard's new BattleNet balance. Now on to the first of our Diablo news, and I would say that this is most definitely the biggest news this week. The Diablo 3 opening cinematic made its world premiere during the Spike TV Video Game Awards this past weekend. So this will be the cinematic experience that'll set the stage for our impending journey through Sanctuary and our fight against the evils of the Burning Hells. It does look pretty amazing, and while I'm not going to show the whole thing to you guys right here, I will link it to you on your screens right now. That will open in a new window, so you can feel free to click it. I feel I don't really need to say anything more about it. This is after all a Blizzard cinematic, and you know it's going to be good. Check it out, let me know what you think, and enjoy. Or enjoy it first and let me know what you think after that. Now we're going to move on to our patch news, and this is a two-part piece of news. Firstly, we're going to talk about Beta Patch 7, and then we're going to talk about the currency-based auction house that is in fact live in the beta right now. So the Diablo 3 Beta Patch 7 notes were quite short. The biggest and most important thing to mention here is in fact that a trial version of the Diablo 3 currency-based auction house is now available for testing. We will talk about that in just a second, but along with it came another character wipe, and this does in fact include all your gold, achievements, followers, and artisans. Yes, it's all gone. There were a couple of bug fixes too. The blacksmith will now properly unlock for all players after completing the quest A Shattered Crown, Talk to Hadrig Amon. They fixed an issue with viewing achievements while in a public game, and lastly, they fixed an issue where players in a solo game were being kicked by a party leader. So while that's all there was for Beta Patch 7, there was another quick update that just changed a few things. It pretty much just sorted a few issues out with how many free listings players got on the auction house per week, and how long items were listed for. Lastly, in the patch news, it seems like Blizzard wants to get the next Diablo 3 beta patch out as early as this week. And along with that patch, apparently our achievements will be disabled for future service testing. It seems like we might well be receiving some simplified skill tooltips soon as well. A lot of people have complained that Blizzard want to simplify things even more, and you can read a lot of those complaints below, along with a statement from Bashiok explaining all of it. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be that big a deal, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Now let's have a quick talk about the Diablo 3 currency-based auction house beta testing. As part of the ongoing Diablo 3 beta test, a free trial version of the currency-based auction house has been made available for players to begin testing. Testers have received some temporary currency in the form of 50 beta bucks to test buying and selling of in-game items. The gold-based auction house will be inaccessible for testers during this phase of the beta test, and as you know, characters have been wiped, so everyone's got a clean slate. Now if you want to learn more about the currency-based auction house, I will tell you that it works pretty much the same as the normal auction house, all the same features, but obviously using real money or Blizzard's BattleNet balance instead. In the post up on the official Diablo 3 community site, you can read a quick FAQ about the auction house, but as I mentioned, things do work pretty much how we expect them to. There are a couple of limits in place for the beta, but you can read more about that below. I personally have not managed to make that much yet, but I'm sure there are some people out there that have already maxed their balance out. Now in the last of our big news, as you adventure through the exotic expanses of Kyrgyzstan and plumb the treasure-filled depths of the Tristram Cathedral, you're going to attract the attention of townsfolk who hear of your destiny to combat the demonic invasion. Some of them will be inclined to help you in your fight for the survival of Sanctuary, and a select few will serve as long-time companions, taken to your caravan as you cross the world and ensuring you're always well-armored and well-supplied. These are the Diablo III Artisans. And yes, all that said, you guessed it, the jeweler, the blacksmith and the mystic are all now available for inspection. On the expectedly impressive pages that Blizzard set up for these artisans, you can read a lot more about them, see what recipes they'll have available, watch how they'll progress as we progress through the game, and much more. I'm always in awe of the effort that Blizzard puts into making these pages special. They are indeed well worth checking out. If you didn't know, I will tell you again, the blacksmith is the guy that'll create and repair mighty weapons and pieces of armor for you. The jeweler is a wandering jewel crafter who can combine and improve powerful gems. And lastly, the mystic is a seer who uses her talents to infuse your items with magical properties. I can't wait to meet them in-game. With all of that done, let's move on to the Diablo 3 Smalls. First up in the Smalls, have a look at some new Diablo fan art on the official site, a couple of fan art watch posts, a few wallpapers and more. Then you can read how Blizzard did in fact win the Gamer God Award at the VGAs. Read some Book of Cain updates, reviews, interviews and more. You can read some rumors about the rarity of the Diablo 3 Collector's Edition. Have a look at a new site that's launched called RPGreporter.com. Check out some more release date bingo for Diablo 3. It seems like there won't be any beta keys with pre-orders of Diablo 3. Then have a look at a pretty funny video titled "Suddenly Diablo's town portals don't seem like such a good idea." And lastly, have a look at that Diablo 3 costume we looked at last week, but this time the full body version of it. Now along with these Smalls, there are a couple of blue posts to have a look at, but you're gonna have to check them out yourselves. You can find them all linked below. Sadly, that's all I have for you in the Diablo news this week. Check the description below this video for everything that I spoke about. Remember to like the video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Most importantly though, happy Diablo 3 opening cinematic.